An LLC, more officially known as a limited liability company, can be a very effective tool for us in the estate planning world. So in this example, let's imagine that you own two pieces of real estate. One of those pieces of real estate is your house, your homestead. The other one, in this scenario, let's imagine it being a rental property. Now, in reality, it could be a vacation home, it could be a few acres of land, but if that rental property is owned by you personally, either in your name or maybe perhaps through a revocable trust, any liability that is presented because of the rental property will not be protected from your other assets. Your homestead, would be, because that is protected under Texas law, but this rental property is not your homestead. So, a couple ways that you might consider of how to protect this rental property from any potential issues. Number one is you might consider insurance coverage. Another strategy might be to create an LLC and transfer title or ownership of the house from your personal name or from your trust into the LLC. Now, if there's any liability that arises because of the rental property, that liability will be contained within the LLC and it will not transfer over and infect your other assets. Now, let's imagine you own two rental properties. Well, you might create the same LLC and put rental property number one and rental property number two within the same company, within the same LLC. And using the adage of you've put all your eggs in one basket, now if there's a claim against, let's say, rental property number one, rental property number two may also be at risk. So to reduce this possibility, another strategy might be to create a second LLC. Perhaps you have LLC number one that holds rental property number one and LLC number two that holds rental property number two. Now, those two entities are separate, so if there's a claim against LLC number one, the risk or liability does not bother LLC number two. Another strategy you might consider is a variation of the LLC structure called a series LLC. Under the series LLC strategy, we have one parent company, we often call it a holding company, one holding company, and within that company we have separate series. Let's call it series number one, which might hold rental property number one, and you might have series number two, which holds rental property number two. Under this strategy, if there is a claim against series number one or the house inside series number one, that claim does not transfer over and impact series number two, and that claim also does not transfer and impact the general holding company. So separating your assets through the use of limited liability companies may be a very effective strategy. Now be aware, there are some important corporate formalities, some government governance structures and procedures that you need to keep in place. We will walk you through that, but just be aware, a limited liability company, an LLC, can be a very effective strategy for protecting assets. Second thing to keep in mind, I use the example of a rental property. You might have